All right, we're going to be conducting a little experiment. I've been talking about this for the last few days with folks. I've been thinking about it for a while, and I might have mentioned it on and off over the time. Is the fact of how much time is wasted that NetherRealm wastes on all their stupid cinematic crap. So what you're about to see is how fast it was to be able to choose characters in the older games, getting into the game, right, ready to fight and go, versus the new game, right? And not just that, but also a comparison in the fatality time as well. Let's check it out. So you can see here, we're starting off with MK1. You choose your characters, right? Go to versus screen, and we're already in game, right? We're not even in game yet for MK1. Same with MK2, choose your characters, versus screen, and then boom, straight into the game. And now we have Ultimate MK3, choose your characters, versus screen, getting into the game, right? Now I know what people are going to say, right? Actually, I'll do this at the end. Now this is the fatality time. One single Scorpion fatality, right? We can do all of Scorpion's MK1, 2, and 3 fatalities, as at least one of them each. We also have here a comparison against MK9, this is my son's idea, of both Scorpion's fatalities in a time frame up against the MK11. And this is where the cinematic fatalities started coming in with MK9. They are a hell of a lot quicker, as I've been saying forever, than what we have. Now, I know what people are going to say, but Fang, you can skip this stuff. Well, you can't skip the clash scene, right? Can't skip that. You can skip these intros. So what's the point of having them? Right? Most people skip the intros when they're fighting online because it's too much time. For the same reason that people don't do fatalities online because it takes too much time. When I fight on Fightcade, right, most of the time people are doing finishing moves. Whether it be fatalities, babalities, animalities, whatever, depending on the game, friendships. The reason why that is because it is so fast to be executed, right? Because as soon as it says finish him, finish her, boom, done, right? You literally do your input as fast as possible. The fatality itself takes very little time, and it's over, right? It's so quick, okay? And this is a joke. Like, again, like I said, and they've added in the extra cameo menu. So if you're fast clicking through stuff, then yeah, the cameo menu is maybe 2 seconds there. You could shave 2 seconds off, give or take. But the clash stuff, the intro per character is just a waste of time. Yes, you will be getting into the game faster by skipping the intros. So my point being is that why bother with them to begin with? At least in MK9, when they walked out, yes, you could skip those too, but they said something, right? What they should do is, and I've seen this in a Mugen game, where, you know, as soon as it goes round one fight, like they're already doing their animation, like their threat animation, if that's what you want to do. To be perfectly honest, I wouldn't give a shit if they scale back and give us just straight into the game, right? Round one fight, go. Let's do it, right? We're here for, what the fuck are we doing here for? We're playing fighting games, not watching a movie, right? This is something that, like, this is what I've been talking about. It's too much time wasting, right? And they do all of this for the cinematic experience, right? It's too much time wasting, right? We don't need it, okay? You don't need it at all, right? And you can see clear as day that we can get into 3 fights in the time span it takes one uninterrupted fight with MK1, from character select screen to in-game. Same with the fatalities, right? You can do Scorpion's 3 fatalities from the original games, right? 3, like one of each game. Obviously the first game is only one, right? MK1, 2 Ultimate in the same time frame as one singular Scorpion fatality MK1. And then we have MK9's 2 fatalities put together do outstretch the MK1 one, but not by much, right? This is the amount of time that they have wasted. And it's not just time, it's resources, right? It's all of this extra fluff and shit, right? Because they are trying to make every character have a personality. And there are different ways that you can do that. But the problem is, though, is that this stuff takes a lot of money, right? You are spending extra time with, like to build these resources, which then time equals money, and you are building all of this extra shit for no other reason other than to look cool. And I understand that. But we are getting less now, as far as I'm concerned, in terms of quality and content because of this extra fluff. Money wasted on all the stupid announcers. So you can have the announcer sound like, Melina or Shang Tsung or fucking Ghostface and all this dumb crap. Like, who gives a shit, bro? Really? Really? Right? Like, who cares about that crap? Look how fast this is. Look how fast it is. I'll have to do another experiment because I'll record, if I can, like a Fightcade fight, and I'll compare it to the same intro, right? From choosing Scorpion and Sub-Zero. And I can almost guarantee that finishing a fight in Fightcade, right, will be faster, if not at least the same amount of time it is to just get into the game in the brand new M1 Combat, right? This is what I've been talking about. It's a waste of resources, waste of time on you, just extra fluff for no reason, right? Now, I don't mind the MK9 fatalities because they are a hell of a lot faster. Like, a hell of a lot faster, as you can see, right? But I kind of miss the old school fatalities where it was just, screen goes black, and you do your fatality and that's it. And it's so quick, right, that you're moving on to the next fight immediately. Too much time wasting, too much resource wasting, right? But they do all this so they can look cool, right? So they can have a cinematic experience with a fucking fighting game. No one gives a shit. As everyone keeps eloquently pointing out, we're here for the gameplay. So why, indeed, waste the money on this stuff? Now, I'm not saying you can be against it. I'm not saying that it's not like, it's a bad thing to have some of this stuff to a degree. It's not bad. It's not evil. But it's a waste of resources when those resources could have been put into making extra stages, stage fatalities, extra characters, extra game modes. Maybe put a fucking lobby in your game for once. You used to do it. These other things that I think about, and I'm like, but you wasted this money so the character can walk out and fucking forearm foreplay each other and shit like this. Oh, but it looks cool. That's great, bro. Right? What about the substance? What about the shit that actually matters? Right? See the little animations that they do, just when you're watching, like when it loops through again with Mortal Kombat 1 at the top. You know how, like, when they get through that animation cinematic part, and then they're standing off there, and they're kind of doing this thing, right? I'm fine with that. Actually do that, right? Round 1 fight. Have that tiny, as it's saying round 1 fight, every character has that cool little animation. You'll see it in a sec with Scorpion and Sub-Zero, right? Do that. Rather than having them standing there like this, have them do that in the same time frame as it says round 1 fight. Do that. Okay? That way you get to have a little bit of expression. Watch, ready? Watch the top box. Alright, so they'll do the little cinematic thing. They'll do the fucking clash. Oh my god. Anyway, right? And when it says round 1 fight, you'll watch them. Watch. See? See that little animation there? That's perfect. And that is what we need. Right? You want to give character expression outside of like outfits? Do that. Just have that. Choose your character. Boom. Right? Have your versus screen. Proper versus screen. Not this fucking bullshit. Right? And then get into that. Also, just as a side note, because somebody said this the other day, and I absolutely agree. Why don't the characters on the character select screen have their own individual background like we used to get in the old days? You look at the character select screens as we go through for the original games. Every single character here has their own individual background behind their avatar. right? MK1 does it, MK2 does it, and it makes them feel very unique. You get to MK1 and MK11 and MK10, and it's all just generic shit, right? I think even MK9 did it as well. There is so much individual, like stuff that made Mortal Kombat has gone, right? You know, like when you do uppercuts or certain things, you'll hear Shah Khan say excellent, or ooh, the crowd does that, you know, or clapping at the end, you know. Just, there's so many little things, you know, that really made MK feel very different to other fighting games. And then it's all been stripped away to this fucking, just crap. Just absolute nothing. Anyway, catch you next time.